Alright, what's up you guys? For today's video, we're going to take a look at Mission Beach. So I'm going to take you all around. If you've been watching my videos, you know I used to live down here and I loved every minute of it. Or at least most of it. If you want to see what Mission Beach is like, then let's take a tour. So Mission Beach is going to be an amazing 2-mile plus resort style peninsula, which is insanely popular for vacationers. It's a must-see for tourists. It's an amazing place to live for anyone who likes truly like on the sand type of beach lifestyle. Pretty much everything in between. On a typical day in Mission, expect to see sunbathers, bicyclists, skateboarders, walkers, joggers, kids playing on the sand and playgrounds, families and friends having barbecues. You see it all. Mission Beach includes actually several sub-neighborhoods that make up Mission Beach, which are all pretty different from one another. So we're going to check out each one. So I'm going to divide this up into basically 4 parts, this video. So I want to give you a little history, first of all, in the area. Then we're going to take a look at the most popular and central part of Mission Beach near like Belmont Park and the Giant Dipper, the roller coaster. From there, we're going to head to Mission's, like the most quiet area, which is like South Mission. Then I'm gonna finish up and we're gonna tour Old Mission Beach to the north, which is actually where I used to live. And also, as we talk about each area, I'm gonna give you 5 things I think you need to check out for each. So let's get started. Literally, one of the best things about living down here or staying down here is what I'm doing right now, which is just cruising the boardwalk. Check this out. You got the beach to your right or left. You got all kinds of people watching going on. It's super fun. One of the best things to be doing down here. Mission Beach has an amazing rich history going all the way back to the early 1900s. The original hotspot was actually not Mission Beach, it was Ocean Beach. Ocean Beach at the time was easier to get to, had an amusement park called Wonderland, and was just the place to be. It didn't take long for several entrepreneurs of the time to see the potential in Mission Beach though. In 1915, the Bayshore Railway Company built a bridge actually connecting Ocean Beach to Mission. It also connected a streetcar that ran all the way downtown. So, but it was built, it was suitable for pedestrians, cars, and even streetcars, as I just mentioned. Think like a trolley type of thing. The development started, other routes were created, which made it easier to access Mission Beach after this. And a massive storm wiped out the amusement park in Ocean Beach, Wonderland, and the rest is history. By far, the most popular area for visitors is going to be located at Mission Boulevard and Ventura Boulevard with the roller coaster and Belmont Park. If you've ever been anywhere remotely close to Pacific Beach or Mission Beach, you probably have been here. This is the area like most people are talking about if they are talking about Mission Beach. You're also gonna have, in this area, you're gonna have the go-karts, indoor mini golf, a climbing wall, a zip line. It's super kid and family friendly. It's very touristy and it's a lot of fun. There are shops and restaurants there as well. Very easy beach access. And don't forget what really makes this area popular. It has parking. Seriously though, it has a couple of huge parking lots. Parking can be really tough down in Mission Beach, so if you're looking or if you're going to drive in, look to park here first. So get there early because the parking lots will fill up fast on the weekends and holidays. There's going to be lifeguards in this area on the beach side and the bay side. There's restroom facilities on the beach side and on the bay side down here as well. If I was visiting here, the number 1 thing to do in this area, this part of Mission Beach, is going to be ride the Giant Dipper. This is the largest wooden roller coaster on the West Coast. Built in 1925, it's like riding on a piece of history. It's the number 1 thing to do. All right, so this is insanity, but way back when they had this contest, I think the radio station was 1 Star 100.7, where they had a bunch of riders ride this roller coaster, the Giant Dipper, until basically last man or woman standing. Ended up they had 5 of the riders stayed on the thing for just up to 10 weeks, and the prize was going to be $50,000 cash. But they ended up with these people, they couldn't get anybody to get off, so at that point they ended up splitting it up. But can you imagine riding this thing for 10 weeks straight? I mean, absolutely insanity. Next thing to do is gonna be to hit the beach. So this is the easiest area to park at, like I said, so bring the family and go build a sandcastle. Better yet, hop in the ocean. Not exactly tropical temperatures in the water, but it's usually warm enough to go swimming. The third thing to do is gonna be checking out the plunge. So the plunge is a huge public pool that's it is as old as the coaster. You do everything from swim laps in this pool, you can let the kids play, or just soak in the water. It's massive, you can't miss it, it's right there, and it's a must-see. Fourth thing to do is play in the amusement park, kids and adults alike. Go try the golf carts on the racetrack, ride the merry-go-round, play some mini golf, play the arcade games. It's a ton of fun. The fifth thing to do, I really recommend doing down here, is grab a bite to eat or a refreshing beverage at one of the oceanfront dining options, such as Cannonball, Draft, or the Beach House. At least at the time of this video, they turn over sometimes. But those are the top three right now as I record this video. You're right on the sand in the ocean, all three of those. So not to mention the amazing people watching that happens there. It doesn't get much better. All right, so this is the neighborhood, like I said, around Belmont Park and the roller coaster, and it's gonna be the most touristy area by far. So let's head down south to Mission Beach, or South Mission Beach. South Mission Beach is going to be the most probably like family-friendly area, in my opinion. If you're trying to make one of them a family-friendly area, it's almost like a long cul-de-sac, so you don't get as much of the pass-through traffic like you do up in the north side of Mission. So it has a ton of volleyball courts, actually is a basketball court. You will also find the South Mission Jetty as well in this area. If you like to play beach volleyball, this is gonna be your spot or your neighborhood. As far as living down here, South Mission is going to be the most quiet part of Mission to probably live in out of all the different neighborhoods. It's the most family-friendly area. Belmont Park gets a ton of attention, but there's another good-sized park actually down here. It's gonna have playgrounds, benches, it's got barbecues, it's got everything. It's called Mission Point Park. You can see this part of Mission Beach, South Mission, Mission Point Park. It is just so much less crowded than the rest of Mission Beach. Here, let's take a look around. It's just less people. If you don't like crowds and you want to go to the beach, or you're looking for, get near the water, near the bay, this is a good spot to head to. So, all right, let's keep moving. There's gonna be lifeguards on the beach side, not so much on the bay side in South Mission. So there are restroom facilities on the beach side. I just said this area is the most family friendly, but it's also home to two of the best bars in Mission Beach, the Pennant and the Beachcomber. Don't come here with the family. Do come here with the adults, ready to relax and let loose a little bit. All right, so my top 5 recommended things to do in South Mission are gonna be number 1, to check out the volleyball and the basketball court. If you play volleyball, this is the best place to play by far. There's a ton of courts. Come check it out for yourself. There are groups and leagues that play here as well. The second thing to do down to South Mission is gonna be walk over to the jetty. All right, so we're at the end of South Mission, right on the jetty. That's gonna be Dog Beach over there in Ocean Beach. So hopefully you guys can see that on the video. Dog Beach. South Mission, Ocean Beach. The views can be incredible. The third thing to do is, if you're of age, is to hit up the Pennant and the Beachcomber. They've been there forever, I feel like, and are both visitor and local favorites alike. The fourth thing to do is think about trying out surfing potentially down here. It's not as crowded as some of the other parts of Mission Beach. The fifth thing to do is to walk or bike the beachside boardwalk around the end and back up the bayside walk to Bonita Cove near Belmont Park. You're gonna find more grass in park space, playgrounds, super family-friendly setting. All right, so that's gonna be South Mission Beach. From here, let's hit up Old Mission Beach, or pretty much everything north of Santa Clara Place. This is the area that I actually lived in way back when on Salem Court. I loved it. All right, so this was actually my house. This was it for about 7 years. This was it, this was home. You're gonna have businesses up here, restaurants. We're right by one of my favorite breakfast places to go, which is gonna be the Mission. They do like breakfast and lunch, so awesome place to check out if you're down here looking for a place to eat. So, but this is kind of the old, this is Old Mission Beach. So under Under the street here, you're gonna have like the old streetcar tracks are under there. So a lot of history in this immediate area. So very cool place to check out. You're gonna have bars up here, shops, coffee shops, taco shops, pretty much everything. It runs all the way up to Pacific Beach Drive, kind of where the Catamaran Hotel starts. It gets a little busy on the road. There's only one major road here. So during the weekends and the holidays, my recommendation is to just stay off, if you're staying down here, stay off the road during peak traffic times if possible. This is the hardest part to visit if you're a visitor because parking is super limited. You're just limited to basically street parking. There's a lot of locals that congregate in this area as well. If you're looking to rent anything in Mission Beach, like say like a toy, like a paddleboard, surfboard, a bike, sailboat, all that good kind of stuff, this is going to be the area for that. Santa Clara Point is perfect for that kind of stuff. Okay, so Old Mission Beach, top 5 things to do are going to be number 1, get breakfast at the Mission on San Jose Place in Mission Boulevard. The food is awesome, trust me. The second thing to do is to go rent a paddleboard or kayak, maybe even a sailboat over to Santa Clara Island. There's actually a little bit of parking here. There's a few spots, so you might get lucky. Way back when, I actually took a wakeboarding class at when I went to San Diego State at the Mission Bay Aquatic Center here. All right, so right behind me, that's gonna be the Mission Bay Aquatic Center. So that's where the boats would launch from, and the wakeboarding boats. So I actually got a credit for that. Let me know if you at San Diego State or if you go to San Diego State and maybe you're taking a class there. I'm kind of curious to see if they're still doing it. The third thing to do here is sort of like South Mission, but it's going to be a longer walk ride. Get on the boardwalk beachside and walk north towards Pacific Beach or south towards South Mission Beach. The people watching is legendary. You might even catch a glimpse of Slow-Mo. He is still out and about, so keep an eye out for him. The fourth thing to do is to go check out Guava Beach Bar and Grill. There are a few other places to eat and grab a drink here, but I always have the best time there. Guava is always a lot of fun. Highly recommended. Check it out. The fifth thing to do is to get back onto the boardwalk and head up north to Crystal Pier, which is technically in Pacific Beach, but you can walk to the end of this pier and get an incredible view back towards the coastline, going north or looking south. Incredible views. This is going to be Crystal Pier behind me. So used to be able to, you could rent those bungalows on the pier at one point, live there full time, but at this point it's a hotel, so you can they rent them by the night. So pretty cool, but usually the public, you're allowed to access the pier so you can walk out to the end. Check it out, pretty popular thing to do. So I hope you enjoy learning and seeing Mission Beach, at least as I know it. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you disagree on my Mission Beach assessment, let me have it. I love all the comments, good and bad. And don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button if you found this content useful or entertaining. I publish videos at least once a week, usually more at this point, so check back soon. If you're looking for your next video, I think you might want to check out this one right here. YouTube has me 100% figured out. You might find that they have the same for you. Alrighty, have an amazing day, and I will see you on the next one.